going to pretty much tell you how we met and how he ran after me and how I just told him no. And he kept running and finally I tripped.
And when she tripped, I slipped, dipped, and fall. Walking for the cool, baby. Put on the camera.
I was sitting in Sunday school waiting for the class to start, and this was in 2008.
Yes, it was 2008.
Okay.
Well, really, I mean, you know, you and I, we have known each other, but we didn't know each other.
Right. I mean, we knew each other as sisters and brothers in Christ.
How you doing? Hey, how you doing? All right. You know,
we keep it moving.
I mean, she go about her business.
Oh, I have a disclaimer. Almost
she was watching. She was watching.
Body wanted this dude, and I'm thinking,
no, they did
why?
not. I don't know why. Well, she keeps saying that. That is not true.
Nobody wanted I can't even count on my fingers.
Big old head. Look at my head
and my toes. How many females wanted this?
Look how big my head is. My head is huge, humongous. I mean, come on, really?
Honestly, he was not my type. I like them. Now he did have a bald. I like bald head, but I like him tall and
She like him dark skin.
No, I did not.
You didn't like him dark?
I like him light. Like a little vanilla.
Oh, so I really was your type, but
no,
maybe
he didn't have the height. He didn't have the build. He didn't have
You don't see all this? Look at that chest. I had that when you saw me in the ministry.
Anyway,
I mean, my walk was like this.
Anyway, and so we knew of each other. So we was very cordial, very nice to each other. Just it wasn't a romantic thing.
It was a respect.
Right, it wasn't an attraction at all.
Because I wasn't attracted to her. She wasn't attracted to me. She was not my type as well. I must admit.
You lying?
She was not my type.
You like them chocolate?
No. It turned out to be that way.
Every woman you talked to was chocolate.
Not every. What do you mean every woman? What are you talking about? Like I was really
every last one of them. But anyway,
listen, guys. We're gonna get into. In another area.
We're gonna fast forward.
Yeah,
so after that, it was this particular day. We was getting ready to go to a celebration. It was a church event, and for those who probably listening and you know what I'm talking about, it was the 2030 anniversary, and we was gonna go. But this particular day, I was sitting in class, preparing for my lesson or whatever to teach, and he walks by the room.
Yeah.
No one was in there. And he was like, hey, sis, how you doing? And we just kind of chit-chat. He was like, hey, you going to the 23rd? I'm like, yeah. He said, who you going with? I said, me, myself, and I. He said, oh, for real? You going by yourself? And I said, yeah. And
I think I said something like, you shouldn't go by yourself, but okay.
And I asked him if he was going. And he was like, I don't know. I ain't got my ticket yet. And now the event was like
the next
day.
Next following week.
Oh, okay, and he hadn't got his ticket yet, so I was thinking this joker ain't going. Why is he wasting my time talking to me? But anyway, he hadn't got his ticket, and then you was trying to find out if he was going to figure out if he was going to go or not, right?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, if I was going to go, and I had made the decision to go.
Okay.
Because I had.
Was it before or after you asked me?
No, it was before I had already made the decision I was going to go because I didn't know I was going to get paid that Friday. So
you were broke, y'all.
It was Sunday. That was Father's Day.
That was Father's Day.
That was on Father's Day.
So fast forward again. This is Father's Day. So after we finished all that, we had the message for that day was
maybe you just need a Dorothy.
That was the message. Go ahead.
Well, really, actually, the message was pertaining to Dorothy being chosen to help the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man get to their purpose. And he was, the speaker was speaking about, how you're going to need help to get to your purpose. You're going to need help to get, to get to where God is trying to take you. But anyway, so God, he dealt with me, and then, after he, spoke to me in that area like that, then I, repented for that. And then he started sharing with me little increments about the wife who he has prepared for me. Now, he didn't tell me her name. He didn't tell me what she was going to look like. He didn't tell me her height. You know, I was afraid of all of that. Why? Because I didn't want her to, you know, no offense. No offense, but, you know, a man likes what he likes. Seriously. Just like a woman does.
Yes, I know.
But I'm saying, you know, I had personal...
I know.
What do you call it? Personal preference.
Right.
You know, I had personal
Like I
preference.
like them tall and built.
Right.
You
know, so all of us go through that stage. So, you know, when I said, okay, you know what, I'm going to trust you. I don't care what she looked like. I'm just going to accept whoever it is
she
you
could be
choose.
full figure.
Everything.
She wasn't going to be picky
she
and all
could be
that.
not needed, bow-legged, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She can have
nappy
hair, long hair. You know, she could, have more muscles than me. I don't care.
That's all me, y'all.
You know, so I was just basically,
I got more muscles.
Going through that. She does have more muscles than me. But anyway, so, when he spoke to me and kind of shared that with me, he didn't tell me, your name. He didn't tell me who you were. That he was going, because I didn't know how to identify. Mm-hmm. Because I was so used to choosing who I want. I didn't know. So this time I'm like, hey God, how do I know? And then he told me that she was going to speak these very words out of her mouth, that the Lord showed me your heart. And I never forget those very words. The Lord showed me your heart. Oh. And that's when we kind of fast forward into the 23rd.
He ended up calling me on Father's Day after that message, and we were talking.
That was after he told me. When he told me who my wife was, when I was sitting in that place, at first I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold up, because I already knew Marshall, and when I said I knew her,
you better come correct.
I knew, yeah, exactly. She was one of those type where you had to come correct. You better make sure all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. You better make sure make sure your shoes is right. You make sure you got the right socks on.
That's not true.
Your teeth got to be right. Your breath definitely got to be right. Your ears got to be clean. Your eyebrows got to be arched right.
Okay, now
everything.
Exaggerate.
You know what I'm saying? It was late on that day. I called her. I asked when she first picked up the phone. I said, "Hello, how you doing?" She said, "I'm doing fine." I said, "Do you know who this is?" She said, "No."
I said, "Keep talking."
She said, "No, but if you keep talking, I might be able to pick up on the voice." And so as I continued to talk, I asked her what she was doing, how she's doing, and she's like, "I know who this is. This is Brother Vito." She did it with an aggressive, "Brother Vito." Like, what you doing calling me? Like, I don't know if he was saying that what you was calling me, or
I was thinking he was calling me because of something in the ministry that he forgot to tell me about, a meeting or something. Because like I said, he's never called before, so I was like, "What are you calling me for?"
But anyway, so I asked her. I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, listen." I said, "I need to kind of talk with you for a little bit, if you don't mind." And she said, "Okay." I said, I didn't know how to ask her, but so I just came straight out. I said, "Have you ever had any feelings towards me, or
were you ever interested in me?"
Yeah, interested in me. Yeah." And you was like, "Well," I think you said, "Well, at one time, I had something." I don't know how you said it.
I said, "At one time I did, but now it is dead."
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Now it's dead. So when she said it's dead, now y'all got to understand now. I don't got all built up to approach her, right? Thinking that it had already, she was bam, right there ready, right? But then when she said I did, but it's gone now. I'm praying about that thing. It's dead.
And let me tell you why I did that. I believe that a man is supposed to pursue a woman. Always have. He who findeth. I believe that. So when the feeling came of an interest for him, I thought it was the devil. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a distraction.
She thought the one with the horns and all that red.
I really did. I thought it was the devil, and I was like, "This is not God." And I don't want to like him, and I don't know what this is. So I called my friend over. She knows
she didn't want none of this, y'all. No. She didn't want none of this. All of this right here. Look at this.
And so what I did was, we prayed about it. A friend of mine, making sure, God, whatever this is, take it away. And so I put it on the altar. Literally, I walked to the altar and I prayed and I left it there. And I promise you, when I walked out, I don't know how many months in between that happened before he called, but the interest was gone. It was dead. I didn't see him like that anymore. I didn't get any feelings when I saw him like that anymore. So I was telling the truth. It was dead. And if it's God and you give it to him, if it's for you, he's going to rise it up anyway. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. But I was very
she was very
honest.
Firm and very honest when she said that. And I remember when she said that, it's like my whole stomach just dropped. You know, I feel like
you still kept doing
but you didn't know on the other end of that phone. I was like, what? What? Yeah, I'm doing like this while the phone. I was like, oh, okay, well, okay, so you did, but you did. You know, like she was like, yeah, I did, but you know, it's like I said, I said, okay. I said, well, in that time, you know, when you did have those feelings, I said, what was it that you saw, or what was it that God showed you, or what was it that you saw in me, something like that. And this, I kid you not, her exact words was, God showed me your heart. And I said, what you say?
Because I didn't know about what...
She didn't know anything about what God had dealt with me about. See, she had no clue. You remember, God dealt with me about this in March. This is June. So January, March, April, May, June, 3 months later, she has no clue what God was, you know, taking me through my process and really telling me certain things of what he was going to do. And boy, when she said, God showed me your heart, I asked her, what did you say? You say what now? And she said, God showed me your heart. He showed me that you are faithful. I think you said that you were faithful and that you loved him. I said, okay. I said, listen, when you finish with, you know, spending time with your Godfather, I said, can you please give me a call? Just give me a call.
And we did not hang up the phone.
And not then.
I know.
Not then.
They were in the movies, and I was outside the theater still talking.
And I didn't even know that.
The movie hadn't started. They were in there. I'm still talking to him. And there's more to that story in regards to
oh wow,
us having to go to other people and making sure they didn't still have feelings for me and for him, and they were actually close friends of ours, and we want
really close friends, y'all.
I'm talking about like this, and so we felt like if this is God, then God is not an author of confusion. Yeah. So we went to them, we talked to them, and a friend of mine at the time, she was like, Marshall, I promise you, when we went out, all I saw was you and him, not me and him. And I said, what? This is exactly what she told me. I said, no. She's talking about yes. And then when he went to a friend of his who was interested in me too, he said the same thing. You would be crazy if you don't talk to her. So,
well, he told me that he had no more, that's dead. Okay. He has no feelings for you no more because you did the most respectful thing when he was interested in you, when you wrote him a letter and you basically encouraged him. You gave him a release to let him know that in so many words, I know that you like me, I know that you're pursuing me, but God didn't deal with your heart to receive him in that same way.
And that I didn't want to be the reason to block his wife from actually coming. That's not fair to him or her.
Exactly. So yeah, that was a major milestone right there.
Yeah.
Seriously, it was, because he would always tell me, you know, it was like, you know, she let me down easy, Rick. She let me down easy. She let me down the wall easy. You can visualize somebody when you up there with them and they got a rope, and as they got the rope with you, both of y'all standing right there, and then that person tells you that they have not been dealt with the same way, or the feelings are not as mutual, and you letting them down that wall with that rope. He used to say, you should let me down that wall real easy.
I prayed for 3 weeks on how to go to him and not break his spirit. He was still my brother. He was still my brother in Christ. So I had to look at it as that.
I mean, he would actually come and tell me about how much he really liked Marshall. And I used to like, okay, man, let God use you.
But anyway, that we went to them and they were like, go for it. So we
Yeah.
knew then, okay, God.
Oh,
Okay.
you don't want them to know that part right there.
Okay, God, then that's, anyway.
I mean, we being transparent too now, right? And we being real and raw with it. That
So then after that, pretty much we end up going to...
we wound up going to the 2030 together. It was a week. It was right after that took place that Sunday. What took place there during the weekday, we started, to talk more. We hadn't seen each other. We hadn't went on no date.
Right.
None at all.
This was a church and pastor's event celebration.
Right.
So
it's a celebration of the anniversary of there. Yeah. And so we finally made the decision to go to the 2030 together. And y'all, it was on my part.
The rest is history. Trust me.
Yeah.
That's another thing, because when we got there, no one knew but
the head leader.
Yes, they knew,
leader, yeah.
but no one within the ministry knew, because honestly, like I said, we never went on. That was our first date.
First date.
And it was around everybody that we served with, pretty much. So they were shocked.
People who knew us did not even know that was taking place, because it
happened so fast. I mean, it happened so fast, like in the same day, and then after
3 days later, 4 days later.
Now, mind you, there was a whole bunch of females after him. So guess what? They had already assumed, which is another video.
That's another video
for men.
Oh my God.
And women, but basically for men, how you have to be very careful when you are talking, communicating with the opposite sex. You have to be very careful, because sometimes even if the male is an innocent conversation, us females, and I'm talking in general, we're very emotional. And if we like somebody and we're talking to them, those emotions, they're running. So sometimes with females, we done picked out our wedding dress, our cake. We know we're going to get married. We got kids. And the guy's just talking.
Yeah.
Innocent. And he doesn't know. He's just thinking, he's just talking to the casual women. And they're now developing feelings. So imagine that taking place, and that is, again, that's another video, but imagine that taking place, and then we're walking up in this place together. A lot of stuff took place that night, and it was crazy. But I really felt like I was the only woman in there.
And she was.
And I felt like I was Cinderella.
She was beautiful than Cinderella. Cinderella had nothing. Real.
That's pretty much how we met, you guys, and I really hope you got something out of this the first process.
Yes, this is the first, but it's really a first introduction process,
right? Of how we
really
met.
It's so much.
It is a lot.
It's so much,
so
and
again,
we don't. But I was gonna say, we don't. Everybody's process is not the same. We know
right.
that. So what we just tell you what we went through now. Okay, so you don't have to take a page from our book. And say, well, this is what I'm going to go through. No.
But the page we want you to take from is be obedient. And wait for God.
Yeah.
That's what we want you to take away. If you don't take away anything else, understand that, yes, your process will be different. However, the same goes for everybody. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And God wants to bless us so good. We just sometimes get into our own way and don't allow him to, because we're so quickly to jump in front of him, and then we become a God. And that's not what he wants from us and his children. Okay?
It's a lot more to come. So.
It is. So thank you guys for watching. Again, if you have any questions that we may have forgotten to ask, I don't care what it is. If you have a question, please put it in the comments field below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We love you so, so much. And don't forget, be you.
And keep it moving.
And keep it moving.